Welcome to 360 Watch Reviews. Here today I have the limited edition Amiga 50-year anniversary Seamaster. First of all, I'll give you a general tour of the outside of the watch and then go into the specifics. So this is a really nice piece, definitely one of my favourites of the limited editions so far. It's nice that it's the 50-year anniversary piece. The dial we'll start off with then. As you can probably see, 007 is on the dial in a diagonal kind of effect. This is love or hate really. I like the way they've done the dial for two reasons. One, it stands out really nicely. And let's face it, you're not going to buy this watch unless of course you are a James Bond fan. So I am a James Bond fan and I love 007 written all over the dial. And it's subtle as well, you know, it's not in your face. If you can see, it's only when the light's shining on it that you can really see them. If I do this, the face appears black, so that's a plus for me. You've got the old style skeleton hands with a nice generous amount of Lumibright on the dial. This watch is water resistant to 300 meters, so not quite tipping the scale of the Planet Oceans, which are 600, but of course this is going back to the old school Seamaster style, which have always been 300. The bezel features a nice 50 in red. Obviously it is the 50 position, but also it's the 50-year anniversary. Unidirectional bezel, hence professional on the dial. I just love the sound of an Amiga bezel. It's really quite something. The clicks. The case depth is nice. No complaints there. You've got your helium escape valve. I'm sure most of you know what that is. And a rare occurrence, I'm going to try and just get a shot of this for you. The Amiga symbol on the, I don't know if this is the same for all of them, but I think it's too much of a coincidence that the fact that this one actually lines up perfectly. I'll just see if I can get you to see this. There we go. Which is great because popular demand has it that people want the symbol to line up evenly, and on this one it does perfectly, and it's a screw-in crown, so that's a good plus for Amiga there. Nice attention to detail. Domed sapphire crystal, one of my favourite features of Amigas. Gives that dial that nice crisp edge to it. Let's get the focus back. There we go. Another thing to note about the new Amigas, and this is also on the Planet Ocean lines as well, the split pins have gone now, and now you can see we have screws instead of split pins. So you've got a tiny screw here, you've got a tiny screw on the other side, they pop out, and then so does a barrel in between, which means these are all adjustable from home now. You don't have to take it into your local retailer to have it just adjusted. And I think that's a massive plus, especially if you need to adjust the watch over time. This is a really good feature, so I think that's brilliant. One of my favourite things they've changed on their Amiga bracelets. And again, we've gone back to the old style here. This is the old bracelet, which again you're either going to like. I prefer the Planet Ocean line for their bracelet, the way they've changed that, but of course this is the old style Amiga, and that's quite iconic for Amiga to keep this bracelet, so I'm pleased they've kept it for the 50th anniversary edition. It is a mixture of brushed steel, predominantly brushed steel and polished. Nothing worse than a really shiny watch. I won't name any names, but Amiga get the balance really nicely here. Okay, onto the, I'll just bring your attention to the diver's extension hidden under the clasp. Most of you will be familiar with that, but a nice little bit of engineering there. Be handy for when putting over a wetsuit or letting your friends with bigger wrists try your watch on. That tucks underneath there quite nicely. And of course the bracelet here, engraved with Amiga. Forgive the scratches, there's no getting away from that on the clasps. I don't like it when people use that as a negative. They say, oh, the clasp scratch really easily. You know, this is stainless steel at the end of the day. The clasp is the part of your watch that's going to get the most of the brunt of scratches, unfortunately. But hey, they are war scars, you know, for your watch. Just be as careful as you can with the case, but your bracelet and clasp are always going to get nicked. There's no getting away from it. So let's bring your attention to the movement then. This is the 2507 movement, which is a modified ETA movement with the coaxial escapement. You can probably just see if I can get the best shot of this possible. This is a limited edition to 11,007 pieces, so you'll be kind of tough to get hold of one of these now, because they have been out the best part of I believe 6 months. And even though that's quite a high number for a limited edition, that does mean there is only 11,007 of them in the world, so if you are lucky enough to have gotten one, fantastic. I really rate the case back of this, particularly for a Bond watch. You can see the bullet decoration, which is on the rotor in there, which will turn, obviously because it's part of the rotor. But I just love it, the way they've done it. You know, it's a fired bullet, hence the dimple on the back of the bullet there. And I just think, what a nice touch. It's such a good idea. It's definitely better than any of the previous 007 limited editions they've ever done. I just think that's great. You've got limited edition engraved on there. And for those of you who are wondering what the little red dot is, you will come across this on your Amigas. It's another feature that should be on a genuine one. It's not something that will prove that indefinitely, but all it means is the case back has not been opened yet. So since leaving the factory, the case back has not been tampered with, it's not been opened. This will change to a blue dot when you first ever have it serviced, and then you'll have no dot after that. But the great thing about the coaxial movement is, of course, the servicing intervals don't have to be done for another 9 years from when you purchase it, which is great. I don't know many other watches that can stand up against that, to be honest. So there you have it, the 50th anniversary limited edition Seamaster. Fantastic watch. Be great if you can get your hands on one before they stop. Okay, take care.